Welcome everyone and thank you so much for joining in. So since the price of Bitcoin is right now hovering around this 45,000 range, are you panic buying or panic selling? Because if you look at the price structure starting in a daily time frame, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is holding its ground around this 20 exponential moving average, which is lying around 44,700 range, because we know between this 44 to 45,000 we have extremely strong support lying around for Bitcoin. And if you look at the past Bitcoin price action, even after this retracement, price retesting the 20 exponential moving average, you can see with each and every retracement, the 20 was a strong line of support, and after that the trend still continued here to the upward direction. But today, not just only this moving averages, but also I want to combine this MACD, because MACD right now, if you look at this closely, it is a bearish MACD cross, because we know in the past Bitcoin price action, whenever this bullish trend started, the price always had this bullish MACD cross, right? Bullish MACD cross. We also had this bullish MACD cross here, but now if we look at this one, this is a bearish MACD cross. But one thing, if you look at this price movement, for example, when the price of Bitcoin was having this bullish crossover, the 20 exponential moving average crossing over this red line, which is the 50 exponential moving average, right? This is considered as a bullish crossover. And in an uptrend, if we look at this price structure, the price did retest the support around this 20 exponential moving average plenty of time. And now if we go back here and look at this MACD, where we had this bearish MACD cross, even after this bearish MACD cross, the price of Bitcoin still had this final move here to the upside before again showing this price retracement. Again, similar scenario unfolded here as well. If you look at this bullish MACD cross here, we had this bearish MACD cross, but if you look at the price structure, price still, right, after this retracement managed to see this final upward movement before starting this downward price movement. So that's why guys, that's why even if this is a bearish MACD cross, what I personally believe, since the price is holding the support around this 20 exponential moving average, we could be seeing a final move where the price of Bitcoin could be approaching between this 50 to 55,000 range, and only after that it's going to decide what to do next. Because in the past Bitcoin price action, the actual trend reversal has started only after price getting rejection around this 0.5 to 0.618 Fibonacci line. And beside this guys, beside this, if you also monitor the price movement of Bitcoin around this area. Now before I switch into other chart, I just want to make you guys aware that we have up to $8,700 crypto exchange bonus available for you. The only thing you have to do is to sign up using my ref link, and after your initial deposit, you will be eligible to claim this $4,600 bonus. So if you are an experienced trader, if you want to take advantage of this market volatility, the link is provided in the description down below, so feel free to check it out. Now let's switch the chart. So guys, now if we look at this price action of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame, you can see we could be forming this so-called symmetrical triangle type of formation here, because according to the symmetrical triangle, we can see very clearly guys, the price of Bitcoin is finding a strong support around this lower line area from the symmetrical triangle, right? And the upper line area is acting as a strong line of resistance. So that's why for us right now, as you can see, the price of Bitcoin is hovering around this lower line area, right? This lower line is a very strong support line. So if the price of Bitcoin wants to show any sort of impulsive movement, then you can see, just like as shown in an example, we have to overcome this obstacle. I mean, we have to break this resistance from this falling trend line and flip into support, because if we do that, then you can see we could be starting this new impulsive movement where the price of Bitcoin could be approaching around this 50 to 55,000 range. Because we know if this is going to fail and price is going to break out of the support line, then you can see, just like as shown in the example, the price of Bitcoin after breaking the support line from the symmetrical triangle could be also showing this another downward price movement. So for us, what's important is to remain above this 44 to 45,000 price area in a daily time frame. And not just only this one here guys, if you have been following me for a while, I have showed you why the price of Bitcoin could actually be forming this symmetrical triangle type of movement before finally breaking here to the upper direction. Because if you have watched my video from yesterday, I showed you that this Y-curves accumulation phase, according to this Y-curves accumulation phase, since we are finding ourselves in phase D area, there could be more of a range bound where this formation also looks like more of a symmetrical triangle, and only after breaking out of this upper line area we could be starting this new impulsive movement. And if you look at this right now, this price movement, this is also forming very nice symmetrical triangle type of scenario. So that's why guys, that's why if this is going to be a breakout right after price showing more consolidation inside this symmetrical triangle, breaking this resistance and flipping into support, could be starting this new impulsive movement where we could be entering this phase E area for Bitcoin. So let's hope that the price does remain above this 44.45 and also flip this resistance, the upper line area from this symmetrical triangle, into support, because as you can see, doing that could trigger a new impulsive movement. And in that case, if this is going to continue, right, then I want to look this price target here in this way. So you can see guys, 51,000 could be on the line, and breaking here to the downside could trigger another sell-off where the price could be approaching around this 42,000 area. And beside this guys, beside this, what I also want to include into this video is this one chart. So guys, now if we look at this price action of Bitcoin in a 4-hour time frame using this central pivot range indicator, which is a leading indicator, and now if we look at this price movement, where did the price of Bitcoin got gravitated? We got gravitated exactly guys, exactly at the top of this CPR line, which was lying around 44,500 range, and exactly after reaching around that area we got a weak rejection, and now we are again hovering around this 45,400 price range. So what does this mean here in the immediate short term? If you remember guys, yesterday I included this right angle broadening wedge type of formation. The price actually was breaking out of it, just like here it showed a fake out, and as soon as we got a fake out, you can see we also got a bigger price retracement. But one thing what we are not allowed to ignore is the price is still right, the price is still forming this right angle broadening wedge even after this fake out what we saw yesterday happening, because you can see the lower line here from this right angle broadening wedge is still holding the price right as a support, is still holding the price, and upper line here acted as a resistance, and also from yesterday. So now if you look at this price movement, you can see guys, the price of Bitcoin is still inside this right angle broadening wedge where the lower line is holding the price around this 45,400 area. So if this is still going to be a bullish scenario, and also this is going to play out in favor of bulls, this symmetrical triangle, then you can see we have to somehow overcome this obstacle and also break out of this 46,700, 46,800 range. And if that is going to happen, then you can see our price target here to the upside could be reached, which is this monthly R1 line, and this monthly R1 line is lying exactly at this 50,000 area. So that's why guys, we are aware the price of Bitcoin is showing this weakness, but if you look at this in a whole, you can see this is still a right angle broadening wedge, and the price here is also forming this symmetrical triangle, which could be in favor of bulls if we remain above this 45,000 range. And let me also show you with this very simple example why this 45,000 is a very important line for us, because if you look at the price structure here in a whole, this is actually a ascending triangle, and this ascending triangle upper line has already been broken, because this line was the very important line of resistance here in past Bitcoin price action. You can see that very clearly guys, every time the price approached around this area we got a rejection, and now this same line here around this 45,000 could be holding the price. So that's why when we saw this retracement today, not just only the CPR support around 44,500, but also the support from this previous temporary resistance line. So that's why guys, that's why this 45,000 is a must hold support line for Bitcoin here in the immediate short term, right? And if we do that, then we could be slowly forming this right angle broadening wedge, right, which could be in favor of bulls as soon as we break out of this 46,700, 46,800 range, and also this symmetrical triangle. So these are some of the interesting scenarios that I wanted to share with you in today's video. If you haven't destroyed that like button yet, then please do it right now. And also for those individuals watching it for the first time, hit that subscribe button and the bell. So now by saying this, I'm signing out. My name is Anup. Bye bye.